Drought episodes in north and northeastern regions in Kenya continues to worry. The rising global temperature further aggravates the hazardous situation. The consequences of drought include human and wildlife deaths, shortage of clean water, and scorched vegetation. Statistics estimates that 5 million children suffer from acute malnutrition, while 3.5 million from food security. A considerable number of children dropped out of school due to hunger. Human-to-wildlife conflict prevailed as wild animals collided with settlers while seeking greener pastures and water. Moreover, drought triggered conflicts and disputes among various communities as they competed for water. According to Oxfam International, a charitable organization assigned to eradicate poverty, one person risks death every 48 seconds. The National Drought Management Authority, a government agency tasked with drought risk management, attributed drought severity to deficient rain precipitation. But how can we mitigate the chronic drought? Mitigating the effects of drought requires a shift from reactive to proactive, from crisis management to risk management. Crisis management procedures include impact assessment, response, and recovery. Risk management strategies comprise mitigation, planning, monitoring, and prediction. If we rely on crisis management strategies, we will hardly minimize the effects of drought. In order to make an auspicious step forward, the NDMA needs to implement viable policies, strategize on local and national coordination, always monitor warning weather signs, and create awareness. The Ministry of Devolution should cooperate with stakeholders from every county. Furthermore, they ought to disburse emergency funds and resources to prone regions to facilitate coping mechanisms. Climate experts can also contribute their know-how to the ministry. Subsequently, the ministry should integrate the media into the process to disseminate information and educate the locals. Most settlers residing in arid and semi-arid locations lack education on drought management. Imparting knowledge will train them in averting the consequences of drought. We know that the emission of greenhouse gases adversely influences the climate. The Government of Kenya, in conjunction with the Ministry of Environment and the Ministry of Transport, must enact laws that limit the amount of carbon, methane, nitrous oxide discharged from factories, power stations, and automobiles. NDMA must conduct research to find modern methodologies to contend with drought effectively. They should execute the research by incorporating science and policy. Afterwards, the drought agency should share the information from the research with the media for dissemination. This action will build awareness about the objectives role in tackling the impacts of drought. Disseminating information to the residents helps bridge the gap between preparedness and risk minimization. The United Nations Development Programme released a study through the community-based resilience analysis to discover the range of communal resilience. The scope of the study targeted Kenya and Uganda. The analysis indicated that through secondary and tertiary education, communities managed to sustain their livelihoods during the drought seasons. It found that the information acquired through education provided them with ideas to overcome the difficulties of the hazard. In the long run, if we adhere to those policies and frameworks, we would make strides in mitigating droughts in Kenya